Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we are back in Automation, the Car Company Tycoon game, with our little series that takes on the technical designs of the various challenge categories that we did see in the official car designer competition, and, car design competition rather. And today's group we are taking on is the 2010s hypercars. Oh, very nice topic. Well, definitely an interesting one, as hypercars are probably the first thing everyone in automation builds, because race car. Anyway, so let's get right into that. Of course, you're not limited to bodies that are coming out after 2010, but rather you can choose whatever came before 2020. So we can make a hypercar that is this pickup. It would be fantastic. And no, we're actually going to choose something that looks a little hypercar-y. And I think the choice will be, let's see, maybe this one? Nah, that's a little bit too much drag for my taste. It must be a little weird in the end. Or the one I looked at before is somewhat overpowered. Let's see, where is it? Ah, there we go. Yeah, this one might be a little overpowered, but no, maybe not. Maybe it is really, really sleek. Alright, we are going to build a hypercar based on this one. Okay, what do we want here? Well, first things first, you need to select some panel material that doesn't bankrupt you. A hypercar, well, we don't only want to make a hypercar, I guess, but something that is when it comes to pricing, can be in between a supercar and a hypercar, but has hypercar performance. I think that would appeal to the markets. Even those Daloon princes will be able to afford one then, not only the king. So we're not going with carbon fiber. That is way too expensive. We're actually going with a full alloy construction for this one. And I mean a full alloy, so we go monocoque and glued. Yes, we go with a glued alloy structure, not carbon fiber, just takes too long. It's no need for it either. We could also go with lightweight AHS steel, but that is more something you would do for a supercar than a hypercar. And, well, these are boutique built, and this one, oh, come on, tooltip. Tooltip, where are you? Ah, there it is. As you can see, it has a limited production flag, while the light AHS steel doesn't have that. So if you wanted to make a supercar then, and you only have a small factory and you don't want to glue all the shit together and waste valuable time in the factory or efficiency in the factory, then you may want to go for light AHS steel. Engine placement. Well, we chose a body that is front, but we are going to make it all-wheel drive anyway. So engine placement, while it is important, and a hypercar would benefit from it to place the engine in the rear just for handling reasons, we're not going to do that. And here, suspension-wise, we don't have to go all overboard either. I think what would be fine, let's see, sportiness plus. Let's go with a... do we want to go with the multi-link? I think a multi-link might be good. Alright, so that is chosen. Now the most important, the heart of the car. Oh shit, 2017? Why are we building this car in 2017? I think we have to drop it down a bit. We are going to build it somewhat earlier. 2012, yes. So the engine now is 2012 as well. Not quite, it will be. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So what are we going to put into our hypercar? I think the obvious choice is no, not V16. Although V16, we do have a long bonnet and we are talking hypercar. So maybe I just should put in a really, really nice V16. I think that's a yes. There we go. Okay, V16 it is. This thing is amazing. Okay. So here we go. Do we want to... No, we don't need magnesium bottom end there. It only shaves off not even 10 kilos. It's a little over the top. 8 liters? That is impressive. That is hypercar. That's definitely hypercar. But I would like to... Nah, let's go with 7.2 liters or something. And we do that by limiting the stroke of this thing. Maybe not quite that much. Let's go with 80 stroke. And how far do we get down? There we have it. 84.6 millimeter bore. Oh, shit, it already has troubles with height? What is this? Alright, alright. Dual overhead cam 4. Come on, don't kill it. Yeah, now that's good. And what more do we need? Do we want to have turbos? No, if we go going with this one, then we don't need turbos. Also, 80s turbos on a 2012 hypercar. That sounds like a massively stupid idea, K-Rob. Yeah, okay. Okay, K-Rob, you're right. So here we go. Head material, the same. Don't want to get any issues with mixing materials. Do we want to have a 5-valve? That's a lot of damn valves on this thing. How many valves would that be? That's... What does it say? 64 valve. What? Where's the text? Hey, I want to see my 80 valve. Ah, damn it. Okay, well, 64 valve sounds impressive too. I don't think we need VVL here. It's just overkill. I mean, you're going to rev it out anyway, so you stay up there while you're racing. For the crank, now we are getting into some more fancy stuff. Lightweight forged and lightweight forged. What do we want to go with? Like super, yeah, let's go with super ultra. Titanium, very, very expensive. Then again, who cares, right? It's just $754. If we need to cut the cotton of lightweight titanium, if you need to cut prices, or costs rather, then we can always go to lightweight forged instead, which still revs high enough. But this is going to be an absolute monster. So VVT everywhere. I think we can aim for 12.5 compression and cam profile of 85? Yeah, sounds about right. 92 is about where you max out. So let's see, injection, direct injection. This is now definitely something we want because of the response of the engine. And we don't want to do any cost savings here. This is a bonkers mode engine and this will take a while to engineer. We're going with performance intakes. This is looking good. And how about 95? We're only going to sell it in Gasmia anyway, so we could go 98, but nah, that's fine. We're pulling so much fuel into this one. 12.0 max, and ignition timing all the way up to 80. How about we start out with a very modest 9,500 RPM, and race to be... This is so pretty. It is very pretty. But long tubular might just be enough for this one. Because this one is putting a no mass production flag on it. And I don't think we want that. This engine is hard enough to build as is. So if you put race tubular on that, that is just like blowing apart all the factories. So long tubular and slightly larger exhaust than 50 mil, maybe. How about... No, that's a little over the top. But dual exhaust we go. And maximum power, are we going to make that much? Probably around, it's a 7.2 liter, right? So 860 horsepower, that would be good. I think we will be able to get there. High flow cat, none, and no, straight through. Yeah, it's about there. We run into valve float issues. This one isn't revving quite as high as I would want it to. Too large bore. But you see here. This is excellent. Okay, this is a very illustrative example of how to design an engine for performance. So with these components we've chosen, we could rev it to 9,700, but we already get our maximum performance at 8,200. That means we have valve float before we hit our maximum bottom end performance. And that tells me that we need less bore and more stroke, because less bore means that we can rev it higher from a valve standpoint, and that would sacrifice durability high up for the internals because they have more stroke to transverse at the same capacity. Now let's quickly adjust that. So we go down here. How about 82? And as you can see, 9.3, yes. Oh, this is good. Maybe we need to go up a bit again. But 7.2 liters, there we have it. And now we are at 8,200 RPM maxed. And we don't really need to rev to 9.2, do we? Nah, no, we need to rev to 9.1. This is looking good. Yep, this is much better. So just limit the revs to 9.2, and now we get crank issues. Well, cranky cranks. Let's go with billet then, and that should be fine. Yeah, this is looking good. 792 horsepower, but now we have still plenty of, I would think at least. No, not plenty. It was pretty much spot on. It's just 2 octane. So let's up this by 4 and 3 maybe. Yeah, do we want to push it beyond 800? I think that's a yes. There we go. 800 horsepower, 803 newton meters of torque at 6,200, and the maximum performance at 8,400 RPM. Very good. Very good. I think this is a good build. Now we can give it a bit more tune here before we start knocking. Oh, we got a bit more performance out of there. 803 horsepower, 807 newton meters of torque. This is what we need. And if you want to rev it even higher, you would have to invest 1 of 2 points here. Yeah, you see there it really kicks in. Engine bay is quite full. Engine is knocking. Oh yeah, because it's performing better there. Okay, 1 point. How much does this? Oh, the engineering time. 104. Ouch. Okay, well, that's definitely at the very high end for an engine, but still within reason. I mean, you have seen the crazy numbers we did see in the competition. We're nowhere near those, but yeah, I think overall this is a pretty good build. So now let's just try it out. Oh, do we actually want to open up the exhaust a bit more? Oh, this is with knock. Oh shit. All right, let's drop that down. It's 824 horsepower instead. Ooh. 830. No, that's too much. Too much openness down there. You do want to have a bit more grunt and a bit quicker acceleration up the rev band in first gear. So I think this is a good one. 824 horsepower now at 8.3 and 809 newton meters of torque at 6.5. And we can put in... No, we can't. Ah, damn it. We might need even more ignition timing. There we go. 828, 811. Sounds good. So now, we wanted to test this thing. The headers are limiting, yes, but we can't go up higher without causing massive issues to the factory. So, let's rev. And just a little bit of exhaust glow there to top it all off. Very nice. Let's go to maximum performance. Yeah, enough of that. It just dies without revving down. That's a little awkward. But anyway, this engine hauls ass. 7.2 liters with more than 100 horsepower per liter. And a massive, massive engine. All right, now building the car itself should be pretty easy. Let's flare out the arches. And there we go. And now we don't need morphing anymore. That's all we do. All right, let's continue on. And what do we need? We need all-wheel drive for this one. And we are going dual clutch, 6 gears, 7 gears? 7 gears, is that really necessary? Just adds to the weight. Engineering time, nah. No, we don't need that. And this one will probably be doing something like close to 400 kilometers an hour. I would guesstimate. And we need a little bit of more sporty tune. What do we have there? Do we want to go first gear to 100? Yeah, we're revving pretty high, so we still wouldn't be too terrible to drive, I believe. If we go a little higher here, maybe that's not the best idea. Let's just limit this by... Yes, come on. Yes, 103, 101. There we go. Yes, 101 kilometers an hour top speed in first gear. And electric limited slip diff. Power distribution. Probably 60-40 because there's a big engine in the front in case you hadn't noticed. Radial tires. Oh, this is going to be expensive. Oh, okay, let's see how bad it becomes. 275s is probably... Oh no, we are running all-wheel drive, so we don't have to go all that crazy, but... Oh, man... Well, it's good that we can... If we can run the same size tires front and rear, that would be fantastic. Because that... Look at the combined material cost number there. That is another $2,000 if you don't do this. Yep, pretty high up there. Alloy, rims, yes. Do we have a good profile? 45 is pretty reasonable. Do we want to have even larger tires? I don't think we need that necessarily. But we can go with 20-inch. 40 front and rear in profile. They do go down to 35 at maximum, so this is pushing it. But they are only 275, so it's not too terrible. And yes, I hear the rees all the way here. Yeah, putting Steelies on a potential hypercar. That is only something that Kirov would do. Heresy. But yes, I'm strong against the re. You shall not get me. Vented discs is all we need. I mean, oh well. That remains to be seen, really, but we can put big brakes on there. So let's try out with a 4-piston front at 350. Woo, that's expensive. And a 2-piston rear at also, probably 320 or something. Pad type 75-ish should be good enough to get rid of most of the brake fade, where these sizes for the brakes. And brake bias, I don't know yet. Let's see. Under tray, definitely fully clad. We need to be fast. Although we might even want to have a bit of downforce. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Because that slows us down. We do want to... This is a top speed car. It's not necessarily a track performance car, right? So downforce, yeah, all good and well, but... potentially we want that. Engineering time would go up quite a bit though. So cooling airflow, no, not more than this. This is good enough. Good enough. Look somewhere else, please. Yep. Oh yes, we make it a 5-seater. It's exactly what our clientele wants. And no, 2 seats it is. A +2. We go to +2. Oh, 1-seater. No. We go to +2 seats. No, where's my +2? There it is. +2 seats. 2 benches in front. two little removable seats in front. In a hypercar. That would be scary as fuck. Okay, no. 2 seats it is. And handmade interior, of course. And we go with luxury infotainment. Heavy, but definitely what our buyers want to see. And expensive. Whoa. Super expensive. I'm not going to touch the quality sliders just yet, but they will be touched later on in very inappropriate spaces and places. Here, electric variable power steering. That is kind of required in this tier. And launch control is too, which also requires electronic stability control. And let's hope our engineers put in a switch off button for those crazy enough to do that with this beautiful, beautiful engine in there. Advanced safety is a little heavy. I don't think we need that. Standard naughties is good enough. And here the springs. Well, simple choice. We're just going full out crazy mode. Semi-active and sport active. And whoa, that tuning is spot on already. Hyper, super. Yeah, there we go, guys. It's done. Let's call it an episode. Even without tuning. So this is pretty good, but it's a little soft. We can do better than this. And just a simple sport tuning will get... Oh, beautiful. Yes. Yes. This has increased it further and set us to sportiness 100. And beautiful tune here. 5 degrees, that is a sporty tune, but not quite hypercar level. And we're still riding a little bit high too. Let's see if we can't reduce this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, is this actually getting better? Yeah, it is. So now we're at a rolling of 3.5 degrees, which is much more hypercar. And we still have sportiness 99. Pretty good in drivability too, because of all the extra traction aids and whatnot we have put in there. Electronic stability control makes it such that the further away you're... Oh, the distance to the blue line for the D marker here, the dick marker, is not penalized so much. So this distance basically now counts for half its actual distance or something. And ride height 10 centimeters. What does it look like? Whoa, that's a little low. It looks a little low, but don't look too close. We can... Yeah, this is better. Thank you very much. 12 centimeters. 12 centimeters is good enough. Oh, by the way, you guys, did you know that there's some hints here? Read those. Read those. They are important if you want to learn this stuff, the suspension tuning. Just read what's written here. That should help you out quite a lot. But now, let's get back to the brakes and see what we can tune here. We do have some over... Oh, fuck me. Oh, man. We might not be able to get around either putting on some brake cooling or to switch over to carbon ceramic. Or this brake fade we're not going to get rid of unless we like crank this up even higher. Oh, it's mainly in the front. Okay. It's mainly in the front. So maybe if we go with 400 rotors there, or even 420. Go 420. Whew. But that increase... Ah, and then we can have lower piston number. Yes. No. No, they don't like it. Damn it. They don't like it. They want to have all the pistons. And all the brake performance. Well, this kind of solves it. I don't think there's any brake fade in the rear. Oh, no, there was. There was slight amounts of brake fade. There we go. The last little steps didn't help, though. Oh, 0.1%. Can't make it any larger in the front. We can get rid of it like this. Is this better? So pad type goes down. We don't need all that brake performance, it seems. And they don't care that we get brake fade in sportiness. Not that much. The score is still going up, but oh, this is all fine. 70 pad type. At 75, we are rid of all of it. Unfortunately, we have good technology that takes care of these insane brake power levels. Now I'm just balancing it out so that the percentage between the distance, the relative distance between the blue lines and the red lines are the same. That's a good brake balance. And that's the case right now. So this distance is now equal to this distance when you scale it with the scale factor that is this one to this one. Oh yeah, the more you know. Okay, now let's have a quick look at quality sliders. We're definitely doing well in all the segments we wanted to. How are we doing with costs? Pretty well. Pretty well. Everyone can afford it still. Even the muscle car buyers. And it's kind of muscly. I mean, it's a 7.2 liter V16. It's like 2 big V8s. Come on, guys. 2 V8s in a muscle car? Doesn't that sound completely awesome? Yes, it does. Maximum acceleration for this beast is 1.09 Gs at 36 kilometers an hour and at 70 kilometers an hour still. It's like, oh my god. This is good. And the beautiful, beautiful sound of the V16 too. Alright, we don't need more tires, I believe. This is all tuned pretty well. Let's try to give it more. 295s front and rear. And it's not really that much better. It's just tiny, tiny amounts better. And I don't quite want to go there. It sacrifices some comfort too, which I don't want to sacrifice. It makes it a good all-rounder. Really good all-rounder that is very much up there for performance. Oh, gearing. We haven't checked. Oh, pretty much hit gearing spot on here, it seems. So we are at a top speed of 377 kilometers an hour. I expected a little bit more. 0 to 100 time, 3 seconds. That's good enough. And how much lift do we get at top speed? Well, okay. The car becomes lighter. Quite a bit lighter. But it is a heavy car overall. 1.88 tons. That is a lot of weight. So 70 kilos something. Doesn't matter that much. It won't upset the car too much. Oh, that's good. But now quality sliders. Let's see what we can do. Quality in interior. Yeah, they really like this. So we're sitting at +5 here. That's good. That's not over the top. But this should help us a lot too, because these components, if they are properly tuned, then hell yeah, that makes a big difference. So let's put some quality into this and see how it reacts. Oh yeah, it's going up. Probably a +5 here too. Yes. Yeah, good choice. For safety, I don't think they really want more. It's probably making it worse. Yeah, just lowering acceleration and shit. No, we're just making it heavier. It's not a good idea for a hypercar. We already made it heavier. It's 1.9 tons. That's a proper hypercar level of heavy. Yeah, they are massive, those things. Absolute beasts. Now for suspension tuning, let's just quickly check what values we are at. Right frequency front is 1.6, rear is 1.75. That is very well tuned. It is more of a... No, I reconsider. I wanted to say it's more of a sports car tune, but it needs to be because a hypercar is basically the ultimate sports car, but not the ultimate supercar. A supercar is, at least in my mind, more focused on actual track performance and on agility, while a hypercar is more the ultimate in prestige and in straight up speed. So, this means that it needs to be a bit more comfortable, and that means, on the other hand, that you don't want to have ride frequencies around 2 Hz, which would make a lot more sportiness here, but we have a very, very good balance in the stats here. It's 75, 74.2, 48.3, and prestige 91.7. This is spot on. Yeah, that's a really good build. Overall material costs 35k. It's not too bad. Production time is 225, and engineering time is only 52. So the engine takes a lot longer to engineer. But the engine is impressive too. If we step the engine down to a V12, on the other hand, then the engineering times would be better matched. So that's a criticism you could say about what I have built here, that the V16 is just over the top because it takes so damn long to engineer compared to the rest of the car, which we kept under control. Indeed we did. So now, markets one more time. It's pretty simple to see. Well, yeah, we are doing exactly what we are supposed to be doing, and we are still affordable in the categories where we want to score. There's even some bleed over to the muscle premium, like I said. It is a really good muscle car. It's like a muscle car that's actually performing too. So now, the detailed stats. What did we get here? Ooh, plus 50% drivability. Yeah, that's good tuning. And sportiness, plus 67.3. Very good. Nothing that sticks out. Suspension tuning, nope, that's fine. Comfort. Suspension tuning, yes. That is what I meant with maybe it's not a good idea to up this even more, because you would lose massively in the comfort department if you make it even stiffer to just gain a few more points in sportiness. It's not worth it, I think. Let's just quickly check what the makeup is. They still have a scoring of 8.3% towards comfort. That is as high almost as drivability. So yeah, you don't want to mess with comfort too much. Prestige. Awesome across the board. Plus 52.5%. There's nothing sticking out as negative, is there? Nope, absolutely nothing. Very good. Safety, don't care. And practicality, don't care. Ground clearance is a problem. Yes, yes it would be. And its width too. You don't fit over narrow bridges and through roadworks. And your ground clearance is questionable. Let's put it that way. Utility is awesome because you can pull like 15 elephants or something. Let's see, minus 4.4 for the gearbox and no extra cooling. And for the gearing. Yep, yeah, that makes sense. But the towing speed is through the roof. Of course it is. I mean, imagine how this thing could tow if it had the gearbox for it. 22.1 liters per 100 Ks. Not bad either. But now, it's test track time. We set out to create a hypercar, and a hypercar we did create. So here we are going. Let's see how it does. And across the line in 1:15:57. Yeah, that is fast. That is really fast. Very good. I think that sums it up. And an excellent, from a technical point of view, build of a hypercar for the 10s. Yes. All right, I hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.